Duane Morrow, 52 years old, Reynolds, Georgia. I grew up right here in Taylor County. I grew up outside of town in the country here. I'm an only child. I grew up working from an early age, 6 or 7 years old, working around this farm, my mother's business, working in our own yard, earning money early as a young kid, and being around an entrepreneur. And my mother taught to know that you can make it on your own. I became disabled while living and working in England playing rugby recreationally. I was playing on 2 teams one night in London, had a great game. And so after the game, I went home and went to sleep, woke up the next morning, drove from London to Bristol, was in a business meeting, my left leg started shutting down. Within 15 minutes, my whole body had shut down. You don't know what's going on. I was in a little pain from the game the night before, but when I got to the hospital, they thought it was like a viral attack of my spinal or nervous system because it wasn't necessarily a visible traumatic injury. They immediately brought me in and did x-rays and MRI and knew it wasn't viral. Knew that it was spinal, and immediately came back and said, you gotta have surgery now. If not, you're gonna die. No family members were with me there. I'd driven 2 hours away. When I went to the hospital, they called, and my wife did show up at the hospital and was there for the decision to have surgery. Basically what had happened, I had a bulging disc that compressed my spine, started swelling to the point of quadriplegia. They operated on me there, replaced my disc at C6-7, and then flew me back to Atlanta 7 days later to the Shepherd Center. I think the scariest thing was I going to live? At 36, I hadn't done a lot of estate planning, pre-planning for my family and so forth. And so that became very evident that I needed to get those things in order. Yeah, I definitely felt like I was a burden just because people had to feed me, clothe me, help me in and out of cars. I mean, it was very depressing that, I'd never been sick. I'd never been in the hospital. I was always the provider. I was always the tough guy. And then all of a sudden, I'm the invalid and my family's having to take care of me. My wife actually had 2 young kids, a 3-month-old and 18-month-old in diapers, and she has me in diapers. Didn't deal with that well. And didn't deal with, even when I started therapy, the recovery was very slow. My left toes didn't start wiggling until 90 days after my injury. And even though I was working hard and had a great attitude, I wanted things to happen faster. I'm not a real patient person. I overcame the mental roadblocks simply by having people roll in my room that they had actually broken their neck or back and they were still going on with life. They were working, they were playing sports, they were raising kids. And so those guys would come into my room and give me great encouragement and hope, but actually how to transfer into a car, how to drive a car, how to overcome XYZ challenge. And that was priceless. Getting to see those men and women carrying on with life gave me the hope that I could do the same. I woke up the next morning paralyzed from the chest down, and it was okay. I was okay with being a cool guy in a wheelchair. I was okay that if I passed away, great. If I'm going to walk again, great. But it was just one day at a time. Learning how to feed yourself again. It's learning how to dress again. It's learning how to shave again. It's eventually learning how to stand up again. I became independent day by day. Had a great OT, occupational therapist at the Shepherd Center, that taught me how to put on my clothes, button a shirt, do my bowel and bladder, teach me how to transfer in and out of a shower or bathtub, in and out of a car. Had a great driving school there that certified me in hand controls. And that was all good inside the hospital environment. We're in a really good place mentally, spiritually, physically. Family loved me, great people around me. A lot of people think, that life was kind of over. I should be depressed or sad. I really wasn't. I've done the basic things, ramps and grab bars, even put in an elevator at my house so that I could go up and down to the different levels. Four-wheelers that are accessible, tractors. The pool I had just built just has a roll-in, shallow end. There's no reason for you not to do whatever you want to do. You know, like wheelchair rugby, I race marathons, ride four-wheelers, hunt, fish. If it goes fast, I want to drive it. I also race marathons, 5 and 10K races. Currently third fastest quadriplegic in America. Do that to stay in shape. That's my individual sport. Rugby's a great sport. I play wheelchair rugby now.
Yeah.
Still trying to break my neck. We took D2 national championship last year. The first 8 teams are Division 1. The next 8 teams are Division 2. It's always there. It's self-evident. I wake up with a lot of pain and in a fetal position and need to straighten my body. The thing that's probably most foremost in my mind is that people with this disability have a shortened life expectancy. I'm definitely prone to health issues like skin issues and breathing issues that could potentially shorten my life. And so I'm 52 now. Who knows how much more time I have. My life is, for me, more YOLO than ever. Okay, you only live once. I mean, wake up today, you better make the most of it because you don't know how many you have. Number one, take it day by day. It's not going to be as fast as you want it to be. You may or may not get back as much as you want. Be content. But also, don't go into a cave and disappear. And don't go be around just able-bodied people, because that can be very depressing. Make sure to surround yourself with other people that are like you with similar disabilities that have already overcome your challenges and can share with you how they did it and also bestow hope to you that you can do it too. There's no doubt life is tough. Life is different. I mean, you got to deal with pain, you got to deal with spasms, you got to deal with, bathroom issues, all types of things. But you got to look around every day when you wake up and see if there's any positives. Heck, when you end up in a position like this, you get great parking for the rest of your life. And that's just where it starts.